Hello, this is Mr. Roush teaching you Module 6.4, Analyzing Graphs. So our essential question is, how can you describe a relationship given a graph and sketch a graph of a given description? So if you look at this graph up here, interpreting graphs. A roller coaster park is open from May to October each year. The graph shows the number of park visitors over its season. So May is going to be on this side, and October on this side. So segment 1 shows attendance during the opening weeks of the park season stayed constant. Describe what segment 2 shows. So segment 2 looks like visitors increase pretty rapidly. So I would say visitors increase rapidly. Now, based on the time frame, give me a possible explanation for the change in attendance represented by segment 2. In the 1-2 block, we talked about maybe summer or school is out. School is out, and then nicer weather. And you have nicer weather. So yeah, most people go to Six Flags or their theme parks when the weather gets nicer. Which segments on the graph show decreasing attendance? And that looks like we have 4 and 5. And maybe school starts. Or the weather is getting colder, so getting colder. Okay, so for the reflect part, explain how the slope of each segment of the graph is related to whether attendance increases or decreases. So if you have a positive slope, it's going to be increase. The negative slope is decrease. So you can pause this video at any time if you need to take notes or anything with that. So on the next one, matching graphs to situations. We have Grace, Jet, and Mike are studying 100 words in the spelling bee. Grace started by learning how to spell many words each day, but then learned fewer and fewer words each day. So if I look at the graphs, I would say that would be graph C. So that would be Grace. Now Jet learned how to spell the same number of words each day. That would be A is Jet. And then Mike started by learning how to spell only a few words each day, but then a greater amount at the end. So I would say that would be Mike. So describe the progress as A would be linear and proportional. And for B, it looks like it started off slow and then it kind of went up a lot higher at the end. And then for C, they started off, they learned a whole lot, and then they just learned a few towards the end. What would it mean if one of the graphs slanted downwards? That means they're actually losing some knowledge. So if you look at the first one, if it was like words learned, you already know all the words, and then as it goes, you're going to be losing knowledge. So I would say losing knowledge. And again, if you need to pause this and go on, feel free. Now we only have one more part that we're going to look at, and this is sketching a graph from a situation. So Mrs. Sutton provides free math tutoring for students every day after school. No one comes to tutoring session during the first day of the week. So I'm going to say no one comes during the first week of school. So if you look, I just put nobody goes for the first week. Now I'll change colors. Over the next 2 weeks, the use of the tutoring service gradually increases. So I'm only going to go up to week 3. So it kind of gradually increases. So we just solved letter A. Now for the next one, Mrs. Sutton's students are told that they will have a math test at the end of the 5th week at school. How do you think this will affect the number of students who come to tutoring? I would say more will show up because they're going to review for the quiz. Now for C, considering your answer to B, sketch a graph showing the number of students might use the tutoring service over the first week of school. So remember the first one was just a horizontal line. The second one went up for 3, and then the third one is going to say the test is week 5, so it's going to kind of go way up. And then I think by week 6, it'll come down pretty significantly. And then after that, who knows how many will continue to go to the tutoring. So if Mrs. Sutton offers bonus credit for students who come to tutoring, how might this affect the number of students? I'm pretty sure there would be more because everyone wants extra credit and doesn't want to do the regular credit. And then how do you think question 3 might affect the graph? I would say more students. So I would say more students. It might go up a little bit more. So we might have more students overall. Okay, so that's all I have. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, send me an email, or you can kind of wait until tomorrow to go over the questions then. All right, thanks.